What up, guys? It's Powerbang. It's War Day here at Wiz on Her Face, and it's been a while since I've done any sort of like scouting video. So what I wanted to do is kind of go through my war attacks. I've already done them. I wanted to show you the scout that I did on them. You know, kind of run you through what was going through my brain, and then show you the raid and how it worked out. So we'll hop into the war screen here. We're facing a clan called City. You know, obviously we've got a pretty big lead right now. I'm not sure if they're going to try or not. They're, you know, they have 123 wars won here, and they're, you know, an Asian clan, which typically they're pretty good. You know, so we'll see what happens. But let's hop into the first attack here that I did on their number 13, and go ahead and pause it here and do a quick scout. As you can see, this base is the general essentially. It's got you know, it's just an internet base, guys. Don't use these. You know, we kind of know where everything is right off the bat, just because of, you know, the popularity of this base. My scout told me that there are Teslas here, and that there are double giant bombs behind the air defenses on the bottom, here and here. So that's kind of the way it's set up. The queen was kind of exposed. She's butted up against this wall section here, and, you know, jumps outside of the wall here frequently. So what I decided to do was go a Penta La Lune attack, just because the air defenses are very symmetrical. You know, they're on a very level line here. Very simple to send in hounds to this you know, top section here, since they are wider set. They collapse on the bottom, 4 rages to get them through the base, and targeted balloons from the top. So the first thing we got to look at is the clan castle location. The clan castle obviously is in the middle of the base. Not a super hard lure, but what I decided to do was this cannon up here. My goal was to send in 3 balloons to that cannon, take it out, and then have the balloons path into the center of the base, either to this archer tower or to the wizard tower. I didn't really care which one, because all of that is in range of the clan castle. So get the troops out, and then once that happens, my goal was to lure the troops over here with my archer queen. So drop the archer queen here. The goal was to take out the spell factory first, and then move on to hitting this dark barracks. And the goal for that was to, after these buildings go down, I wanted to make sure when I drop my king that he hit the inside of this dark barracks and then path next to this archer tower. The reason for that is this queen will jump out and get his attention, and then he will lock on and kill her. So the goal with the heroes there on the left side of the base is to take out the clan castle, use the queen, you know, use her ability if she gets under too heavy a fire, and then obviously use the king ability to take out the archer queen in addition to the clan castle. And then from there, because the queen's going to be down, it didn't really matter which side of the base that I sent 3 hounds to. So I think I went to the right side. I didn't really care, because the deal was I had more defenses on the left side of the base. We're kind of getting shot at. In hindsight, I probably should have sent 3 to the left side of the base, because this X-bow, I looked at that initially and saw that it was pointed up. I didn't look at the other one for whatever reason, and noticed that it was pointed down. So the heavier air fire was going to be coming from the left half of the base. So no big deal, though. The queen's down. That's the main thing. I ended up sending 3 hounds to this air defense, and then from there, my goal was just to target balloons. You have 17 balloons left to work with, right? And so you've used 3 on this building here. It's down. The next step was to release these balloons first on top. They have the longest travel distance to get into this archer tower. Once that was done, the hounds come in, and then targeted balloons like this to each of these buildings, and then some wide ones here on that archer tower, and then basically rage them up as they get into the first air defense. So I believe some wider set rages like this to get them in, and then some rages to help them to the bottom of the base. And then you'll notice on the bottom half of the base, there's quite a few air targeting defense buildings. There's a bunch of point defense here. What I decided to do was drop some back end loons here on these archer towers as my hounds made their way and took fire from these air defenses. What I wanted to make sure was this entire group here of 5 air defending targets, 2 wizard towers and 3 archer towers. I wanted to make sure that the wizard towers and the archer towers didn't basically destroy any of my balloons that I still had standing. So let's go ahead, give this a watch, see how it went. First thing you're going to see is some balloons, again, like I said, come in from the top. They're going to take out that cannon and move into the base. And then the clan castle is going to get emptied at that point. So they enter the radius now. The clan castle gets emptied. This clan has been keeping balloons in the clan castle, but I don't really care to get those out because my entire raid is air focused, so the balloons don't help. So notice the queen takes out the 2 buildings I was hoping, takes out some minions. Now the king is going to go work on some clan castle troops, uses ability after he takes a shot or 2. I save it for a little bit, uses that ability, moves to the dark barracks, path straight to the archer tower like we wanted, into the queen, and the queen is down. So now I am good to send in balloons. They're coming from the top, middle there. The hounds come in from the side. Oh, I did send the 3rd one to the proper side there. Targeted balloons come in. Rages go down. Get those balloons through that first set of buildings there and into the core of the base. The hounds evenly head to the bottom of the base. The balloons are helped out by Rage getting to the bottom part, and then check out the back end loons. All air defenses are destroyed. The hounds are starting to pop. Back end loons take out all of those buildings down there. Holy cow, all the seeking air mines are at the bottom of this base. No wonder I didn't take out that archer tower initially. So everything's dead. Completely smashed this base. Pups everywhere. Balloons, you know, several left. Go ahead and just put on the fast forward button. We'll check the end of this raid. So again, guys, the general is a very, very weak base to any style of lava loon attack. I highly recommend using it. It's kind of a played out base, and you know, when they use the standard format, it's just an easy 3-star. I don't know. I found this one to be easy too with the hero location that she jumped out. So let's go ahead and look at another attack. This one's on number 10. Now I'll go ahead and pause it. This one is one of my favorite attacks that I've done. It was an interesting base setup, but because of the way he had it configured as far as his tower placements and his expos being set to ground, it was super exploitable. Like, he's got, you know, this archer queen in the core, and he's hoping to keep her kind of buried back there. And with this wall on the outside, on the outside of the base, you can't drop wall breakers and break this. They go around, and they will path to this corner over here, to this corner over here. So wall breakers become kind of not an option. So the trick is, how do we get into this base to take out that queen? We can come at it, you know, from an angle pretty easily, but my goal here was, I see 2 air defenses that are extremely exploitable. They're right next to each other, and if I can find a way to get my queen into that wizard tower and just take them both out, along with the archer queen, that would be ideal. So the goal here was to use a jump spell and then to do some extreme funneling on the outside of the base. So here's the plan. The golems, I brought 2 golems, and the golems' jobs were to come from this side, and I wanted it to kind of sweep wide a little bit at first. I wanted it to target, this is the target. I want the archer tower to be targeted. That was my goal. Now, as the golem moves in, I wanted it to attract the fire of this archer tower, and then the goal on this side and the other side was to drop 3 or 4 wizards to basically funnel all of these buildings and make it so when I eventually drop my heroes, they go straight into the core of the base. So this building was going to be left up, this building was going to be left up, and then the storages was it. So I wanted the heroes to get in here and eventually target the archer tower. So the goal, and I'll go ahead and mark up the other side, same goal over there. I wanted to drop my golem kind of wide out here and have it path in to that archer tower, get the attention of that rear archer tower, and then at the same time drop 3 or 4 wizards over here to get the funnel done. So everything's kind of funneled, and what I've done is I've created a runway. I'll highlight that in white. There's a runway now to my end objective, which is the wizard tower. Now that wizard tower, I'm going to drop a jump spell right here. That's the plan. And that's going to give my king the ability to get in there and take out the queen, because the queen's going to come and probably jump outside the wall and stand in this little moat right here. So my king, I need to be able to get over the wall and take her out. Now there's going to be incoming clan castle troops, so what I've decided to do is, instead of using a kill squad to take them out or to try to do a lure, because this was a centralized clan castle, I'm just going to zap them with lightning, and hopefully that helps out. So I've got 2 golems, my heroes, kill squad wizards that I don't anticipate the wizards to actually help out much with the clan castle and the queen kill. They're basically just used for funneling. I can't have my heroes or anything taking a walk around the outside of this base. If that happens, it's a fail. So I know there's a lot of pressure to get things to the funnel. So once I get my troops into the jump spell and they take the jump spell, the goal then is to get the queen killed. So queen goes down, get this air defense down, this air defense down, wizard tower down, and all of the clan castle troops will be dead. So that essentially takes care of this whole side of the map. So how are we going to handle the other sides? Now, the air defenses are the key here. What you want to look at is how exposed they are. They're very near the outside of the base, and you can get to them. Basically, they're the second building. So if you sent balloons in here, they're going to path right here next. Same with over there. So I know I'm sending in balloons, and I felt like if I dropped a rage spell, one rage spell should cover enough area here to get both groups of balloons that are traveling to take out these buildings. So my goal was to send in 1 hound to each air defense, just like so. Each of them do some tanking. They've got the attention of the archer towers here, all of the air defense, no expos to worry about, and then basically the balloons come in and take it out. Okay, so that's the front and back sides now of the raid are basically handled. Well, what about the other side? Well, check it out. There is no air defense. All there is a wizard tower. That's it. 2 cannons, 2 mortars on each side. So I'm thinking 3 balloons or so to each of the cannons to protect against any, seeking air mines or something. Send those guys in, and then have them path into the mortars together, and then collapse on the wizard tower. And then after both of those go in, I assume, just from looking at this base, that there's going to be Teslas either in these areas here, in the core, like this. So I wasn't quite sure what to think about Tesla locations. So what I was planning on doing was having an extra rage and just kind of using it over the core or as necessary where my balloons are grouping up that I need to kind of speed them along. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and give it a watch and see how it went. So we watch down here. The golem from the clan castle comes in. It's uh-oh, Tesla. Okay, so that's good that they're not in the core. That's going to be more incoming damage, so I got to kind of hurry. So my golem's going on both sides. 2 Teslas pop up here. So the wizards are working quickly to try to funnel this area. So the king comes down and the queen behind, and you'll notice they have nowhere to go but in, because the wizards have already created this funnel. So the jump spell is already down. That way the golems go to the next building, which happens to be the wizard tower. The queen's working on the first air defense. It's already down. The king is in there dealing with clan castle troops. I do drop the lightning spell. It takes care of everything. Somehow misses the minions. Not really sure on that, but minions are going to go down to the queen right here. The enemy queen starts shooting my queen, so I use the ability, take her out in 2 shots, and she's going to hop over and get that second air defense down. Now on the other side, 2 hounds come in, immediately followed by 3 balloons on one side, 2 on the other. I sent 1 too many, and then you'll notice I sent minions into the corners here. 3 balloons and 2 going on to the cannons. I do lose a couple to seeking air mines as expected. And then on the other side, same thing. Here comes 3 and 2. And then I tried to target that archer tower with that final balloon. Somehow it targeted the cannon, and that's the one thing I kind of regret, because I have to go back to get that. So everything's down, collapsing on the core. The only thing that can hurt my balloons at this point is a wizard tower and an archer tower. Rage up the core as planned. I think all of my balloons, except for like 2, are still alive, which is crazy. The hound didn't even pop. I only sent 2 hounds, and one of them didn't even pop. So core is completely gutted. Now it's just a bunch of cleanup. You guys know the rest of the story here. 6-star war. not an easy base, but at the same time, it was very exploitable. So, you know, look for those weaknesses in your bases. Try to exploit them as best as possible. Use those hybrid attacks, get balloons, hogs, that kind of thing going, and 3-star those bases. So hopefully this guys has been helpful for you guys. If you have questions, comments, you know, put them in the comments. You know, give it a like, subscribe. I'll be back very soon with a war recap here. We have some awesome attacks to show. This has been a great war already. I already have too many attacks to show, and we still have half of our attacks remaining. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Check me next time. This is Powerbang signing out.